Some breaking and encouraging news this morning. The number of jobless claims fell below 1 million for the first time in 21 weeks since early March, and the number of continuing jobless claims remain 15.5 million. So that shows that a minus 600,000 since the previous week of the number of people that continue to be on unemployment. So about 15.5 million remain on unemployment. Obviously a staggeringly high number.
Yeah.
And, it's still far out of step than anything known in American history, even that 963,000 number. But it's below 1 million. That's an encouraging sign. I think it's two straight weeks now of declining new unemployment claims.
Right.
Of course, I don't have the numbers yet in front of me because it takes longer to digest about the permanent job loss number,
right,
which is the one that I think we should care the most about, which is the long term there. So I don't know, because there's different ways of looking at it. 963,000 people, new unemployment claims. At the same time, been 21 weeks. I mean, if you're getting laid off now, then very likely that layoff is a lot more effective, or it will be effective for much longer term than when you got laid off at the very beginning of this thing. That could be more temporary. This could be more permanent. So not sure yet how to look at it.
We also saw last month in the numbers that we got last week that the rate of job increase had dramatically slowed. So there had been a recovery that was continuing at a pretty good pace. That dramatically slowed. And we also know that Congress has not, of course, passed a further stimulus deal. The White House has tried to do their executive orders, whatever they're going to ultimately mean. You're supposed to get $300 from the federal government. From this executive order, that hasn't been implemented yet. But also importantly, the PPP program ended.
Right.
And there are a lot of question marks about what is going to happen from there. And contrary to the idea that the White House put out, that basically by passing these executive orders, or signing these executive orders rather, that they would force Democrats and Republicans to the negotiating table, it's had the exact opposite effect.
Yeah,
basically, it's taken the pressure off. They're not doing anything. They're nowhere close to a deal. Nothing has been resolved. They don't even appear really to be negotiating or working on it. So all of those people, millions of people, and you're right to put the context. Yeah. Look, it's better, 900,000 some claims,
better than a million.
Better than where we've been. It's still a mind-blowingly high number. We still have a mind-blowingly large number of people who are relying on unemployment to make the bills, and Congress hasn't been able to get anything done. The White House has completely failed in their leadership. And I was just looking at, Jeff Stein. He likes to post these stories from the Our Unemployment subreddit, and he also received, this was a direct message that he received and reposted with the person's permission. This is a mom, and she says she has to choose between her utility bill and diapers, so she used the last of her money to pay the utilities, then purposely overdrafted her account for the first time to get diapers for my baby. She says, I don't know what's next, but I'm praying for everyone struggling right now, especially us with babies. So somewhat encouraging, but still really dire situation.
You can't ever forget the human cost. I met an Uber driver yesterday who was actually a fan of the show. He was telling me that he's going to be driving more than 70 hours a week because unemployment ran out. I mean,
wow.
70 hours a week in a car, driving a lot can be dangerous. And not just that, it's like, it just goes to show that there are trade-offs. And, maybe what if he had a family, wasn't able to do that? What are you going to do? You have kids at home that you have to take care of. There's always these questions that you have to think about. So.
Yep. So that is the latest, and we'll have more rising for you after this.